If you're looking for a super lightweight stove that you can carry almost anywhere, I think I found what you're looking for. And it's super affordable too. Today we're looking at the Kuvik Titanium Solid Fuel Stove. Alright everybody, welcome back. So I'm showing you this today because I found it on Amazon and I thought it was an incredible deal for titanium. These run basically 16 bucks, $15.99. And they are completely made of titanium, super ultra lightweight. If you want to carry a stove, but you're like for a get-home bag, alright? Not a bug-out bag where you could be out for a few days, but a get-home bag where you're walking from your work to home. Something like this. It's out of the way, it's tiny, it folds flat. It weighs about 3 ounces. I mean, you can't beat it. And here's the cool part. There's no messy fuel canisters to carry. There's no flammable liquids or anything unless you want to. You could use this with alcohol. This runs on tablets. So let me give you a quick look at the stove, kind of up close and personal here. And yes, it does fold flat. I put it together assembled because I thought it would be better to open up the video with showing you what it looks like than just a flat bunch of metal on a table. Now, this is pretty much a copy of the Expedition Research model. It's kind of similar to that. It is the same stove, however. It's made out of pure titanium, has 120% more titanium than most of those regular stoves out there. Now, the nice part about this is it has an integrated windscreen. Basically, your fire is down in here, so if it's a windy day, you're not going to be affected by that. You put your pot on top, and you're good to go. Now, it does look like it needs a very large pot, doesn't it? You think, oh, wow, my little cup there won't fit on it. Well, what we're going to be using today to test it with. This is my little Luxada 750 milliliter titanium cup, and it fits perfectly on there. No wobble, nothing at all. Another thing about this thing is it's super strong too. It's very well put together, so the thing is like it's built like a tank. And there's a little bit of noise you hear rattling around in there. That's just the plate in the middle bouncing up and down. So when you put it together, it's going to go together very, very well, and you won't have any problems with it. Now, because this burns fuel tabs, you'll save even more weight in your backpack by not needing heavy fuel canisters. You can also use it as a wood stove as well. You just don't put that middle section in there. Put your biofuels, wood, whatever in the middle. You will need a ground cover of some kind if you don't want to scorch the ground, but if you're in an emergency situation, clear an area of dirt, put your fuel in there, light it up, and you're good to go. So it will work both ways. It can also use a ton of different types of fuels. For our use today, we're going to try a standard Esbit tablet, but you can use the military trioxane ones. You can use these little zip fire starters, I'm sorry. Cut one of these in half. These things burn like crazy. If you need to get a fire started in an emergency, I always recommend these. However, when you open them up, they are going to have a little bit of a gasoline smell in them. I suspect there's some kind of fuel additive to this, but it does burn very, very well. You can use, if you ever seen this stuff in Walmart, this is good stuff to get. It's like, it's the sterno. Basically, it's the filling of a sterno inside. And you can take that, pour it in that little reservoir. And that's what I like about this too, is that reservoir is deep enough to hold a decent amount of fuel. Even if you're using alcohol, you can pour it in there and it will hold a good amount of fuel to give you a good long burn time. So that's definitely cool. You definitely have a ton of options. If you want to go super lightweight, you can put 4 or 5 of these in there, and you've got good long fire going for a good long time without a ton of weight and a ton of stuff. So that's what we're going to use today. We're going to stick with a traditional Esbit tablet and see how long it burns. Now, another thing cool about this, and why I like it myself, is for vehicles. All right, you don't want to store butane, isobutane canisters in your car if you live in a very hot climate. Some people don't want to store it even if you don't live in a hot climate. You run the chance of them leaking or popping or possibly even exploding. With something like this, and a flat of these, maybe 5 or 6 of them, you got yourself a way to have a fire going, and you have a fuel that isn't going to get too hot and blow up on you or explode in your car. So it's definitely a cool little thing for a get-home bag, even a bug-out bag if you want to go super lightweight. I mean, this thing is so light. And it does come, when you unfold it, with a little case. This and the case together, they say, are 3.1 ounces. We're going to test it out. I want to test out the weight of the actual stove. I'm going to put it on my scale here. I'm going to bring this over here and zero it for you. Okay. Now, I'm going to point the camera down so you can actually see the ounces on it. Hang on one second. Here we go. Now that alone I hope you can read that. 2.68 ounces. You toss it in the bag. 3.07. So they are pretty close when they say it's about 3.1 ounces. Not bad, right on the money with that, and I can't complain about it. So let's bring it back up on the table, and let's show you how to put it together. All right, so the big trick with these, there are really two tricks with it. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that when you're putting this together, these ridges up here, these little cutouts, are on top. That's your pot stand. Also, too, you're going to want to make sure, if I can find it, there we go, that the name is on the outside here. These are going to slide together, kind of like this. You're just going to slide them in there. And you'll notice, you see the little angle there. You're going to slide in like that. And you're going to put it together the rest of the way. And that's how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. I just found this to be the easiest way for me. I'm trying to keep it on camera while doing this with one hand. There we go. So you're going to put it together like this. If I don't look like a klutz while I'm doing it. And then you're going to put that piece in the middle. So let's get it all lined up. Now you can put it together and put that piece in the middle after the fact. You don't have to do it this way. You can push this down, but I prefer to do it this way because I think it just kind of bends the heck out of everything if you do it the other way. These are at an angle. Let me pull this up close to me so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. You're going to put that last one in. Then you're going to just take these two last little things here, these two little tabs, and push them in there. Might take a little coaxing, but you'll get it. Okay, I'm going to push it up against me again for some strength. There you go. And that's it. It's put together. It's really, really simple. And like I said, it took me about 2 or 3 times putting this together to get it. At first, I'm like, what the heck? How do you put this thing together? But it is really simple once you get the hang of it. It's just a matter of holding it close to your body and pulling it together and pulling that last piece in there, and you'll be good to go. So let's try a boil test. I'm going to do 1 cup of water. Actually, we'll do 2 cups of water with this little Luxada titanium cup, and we'll see how long it takes. Again, we're going to use one of these. We may need to use 2. I don't know. We'll see how this works and how efficient it is. But I think it's going to be very efficient because your alcohol tablet is so close to the bottom, so you'll get all that heat, and the wind won't affect it. And I am doing this inside today because it is kind of hot out there, so we're going to just do it inside and give it a try here. All right, so I got the little fuel tab open, and to make this more real world, if say you were going to store this in a vehicle, this thing has been out here for about 1.5 years in my garage, and let me tell you, it gets hot out here. It doesn't get hot as it is outside, but it gets fairly warm in here, and it gets very cold in here. So this will kind of be a good test that way to see how these hold up. Esbit tabs, as a general rule, do hold up very, very well. I'm going to take that little bit of extra there and drop it in there. There we go. And I'm going to take the tablet and place it in there, and we're going to light it. If I could not be a klutz and get the lighter going. There we go. And I got 2 cups of water here. I got 2 cups of water in here. As you can see, it's one of the things I love about this. It's got a bunch of graduation marks on the side, so you have milliliters and ounces. You see that's going. I'm going to let it catch fully. I think it is pretty much fully caught. And we're going to put it on here. And we're going to start up our timer over here. Okay. There's our timer. So we'll add a couple seconds towards the end there because it took me a couple seconds to get it going. And I'll bring you back once it's fully boiling. That's probably going to take 5 to 10 minutes. It could take a long time. But isn't that better than not having anything at all? So we're going to give it a shot, see how it goes, and I'll bring you back once we got boiling water. All right, give you a little update here. 4 minutes, 14 seconds, 15 seconds. Let's see where we're at. Pick up the top, take you up there. Look inside. We're starting to get bubbles on the bottom coming up. Not bad. Not bad for a little pellet stove. Or not pellet stove, but Esbit tablet stove. Not bad at all. I gotta say, for 2 cups of water, that's pretty darn good. And I might add something. When I was moving stuff around here, I accidentally bumped this and sent it flying. That thing didn't move. That thing and that thing, perfectly stable. I thought I was going to have water all over my counter because I hit it pretty hard, just like boom, and it went flying. So, there you go, 5 minutes in. That's where we're at. Let's see how much longer we have. Okay, just want to show you real quick. I stopped the clock, 8:46. Boiling water. That's not bad. That really isn't bad. For 2 cups of water, almost 9 minutes. 846.99. You really can't complain about that. So I'm pleased with it. I gotta say, that's a nice little handy little tool. I am going to actually be using this, and this is something that I purchased myself for me because I thought it was so darn cheap and such a good deal that I really couldn't pass it up. So you got 2 cups of water boiled in about 9 minutes, and super lightweight and easy to use. So let me cool everything off, wash everything off, and I'll put it in the bag. I'll show you how small it is, and I'll give you some vital information on it. Alright, so it's all cooled off. I did rinse it off really quickly. As you can see, there'll always be a little residual stuff left in that. No big deal. You're going to be using it again, right? So these pieces will just all fit together like that. Just put them all together flat, nice and flat like that. This goes on top. And this is your bag. And you just plop it all in there. And you're off to your next adventure. Gotta say, that is really, really cool. I'm liking that. And for 16 bucks, when could you buy titanium for 16 bucks? I do remember a time where something that small would be $45, $50. So it is good to see that. It is good to see the price of titanium coming down. Titanium has its drawbacks too. It doesn't always hold heat very well. It can get very cold very quickly. But in a situation where you're bugging out or bugging home, let's say, that might not be a bad thing. If you want to heat yourself up some coffee, maybe make yourself a meal, you're on foot. You want to cool this thing off quick, stuff it back in your bag, and get moving again. You can do that quickly. So that's kind of why I like titanium for that reason. Also, the weight difference is just amazing. So stainless steel would be at least 5 or 6 ounces, maybe even more. That's 3, So really not a bad deal. Like I said, it's 16 bucks. The link will be down below where you can pick it up. It's not on sale or anything, but it is in my store. The package dimensions for it are 6.75 by 5.25 by 0.75 inches wide. I think you could fit that in any kind of bug-out bag or get-home bag. Item weight with the pouch, 3.1 ounces, without 2.68. So if you don't want to carry it in the pouch, or you got something else that you have that you want to stick that in with it, you can do that without the pouch and still save a little bit of weight. But all in all, definitely a cool little thing for those of you who are ultralight backpackers. It'll definitely be a good thing to check out. So anyway, folks, the link will be down below. You can check it out. Don't forget to check out our whole Amazon affiliate store. I have it broken down into sections now, so it's a little bit easier to navigate. I will be moving stuff around as time goes on, so you can see what's going on in there. Don't forget to check out our freeze-dried wholesalers link. If you click that link, you will save 15%. That's my personal link. He set it up for my viewers, so you guys click that and you'll save 15% right off the bat just by clicking the link. Don't forget also to check out our My Patriot Supply. That's preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. Things are getting really funky in the world. There's lots of unrest going on. Not a bad time to stock up on some food. Instead of saying, oh, that can't happen here, stock up on some food and get ready. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link as well. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.